Animality versus humanity. Picking up where we left off, where we're continuing to create a narrative, a picture that allows us to see that which we know so that it moves to a feeling and then leaves us with a choice whether to live what we see or not. So the mask. You see me wearing a mask. Why am I wearing a mask? For illustrative purposes. To use it as an opportunity to describe something that helps whoever's listening, helps you realize where you may lie in this. And because we're using a growth-based model versus a shame-based model, that means that whether you wear a mask or you don't, there's an opportunity to recognize where is the growth in this example, potentially, for all of us. So here's where I'm coming from. So if we think of the mask, remember, we are working on the tools of seeing that which we know so that we then feel it and then live it. We're also working on slowing life down so that we could actually catch those moments where truth is revealed, our truth and our larger truth. We're also reinforcing the idea of learning how to take incidents in our life or experiences in our life and turn them into growth opportunities rather than shame-based humiliation that spirals us down into devolution. So going back to the metaphor and the use of the mask. So the picture that I want to paint is the picture of somebody deciding, am I going to wear a mask or not? So that person who contemplates, am I going to wear a mask today? Let's say from today forward. Am I going to wear a mask? If my answer is, well, no, I'm not going to wear it. I'm not going to get the virus. I don't think, even if I do get the virus, I'll be able to beat it. All right, so we got two things there. We've got, I'm not going to wear it because I'm going to beat it. So strength revealed through the idea of the dominating of the natural world, the virus. And the second part is the lack of contemplation of the impact on others, because the mask is there to protect me, but it's actually there more to protect others. So now what we're saying is, as long as I'm okay, then I'm not really going to even think about who I might be impacting. Dog eat dog, right? It's more of a strength is through my domination of another, the virus in this case. And it's, well, to each his own, and I'm not really concerned about you, I'm only concerned about mine. Again, this is a no shame zone, so you're listening to this. This isn't about judging. This is about choosing. Choosing, does that represent what I feel? Do I really not care about the impact that I might have on others? You know, there are many reasons why we might cut off. Oftentimes, people cut off from dangers when they have had experiences of trauma. The trauma creates inside of us the use of certain defenses like denial or dissociation, where we actually cut off from threat. So one possibility is to explore, if I am choosing a dog-eat-dog world, more of the animality rather than the humanity, is that in alignment with who I want to be in this world? And starting today, if I'm ready, I might choose to put the mask on if I previously hadn't. Now, for those that choose to wear the mask, we could suggest that the choice to wear the mask is with the awareness that we are all one, and that our strength comes from our recognition that we are all one, including with the natural world, which means I respect the power of that virus. I respect the power of the natural world. Therefore, I will humble myself and recognize that my strength is rooted in we are all greater when we are together and whole. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Again, there is no judgment whether you pick mask, no mask, or mask. The other lesson in there for those that do choose the mask, the other growth opportunity, there are potentially many, but another one is the idea that if we can enumerate to ourselves, well, what are the dimensions that I'm operating with where I'm wearing a mask because I recognize that I'm protecting others? So that framework of realizing our impact on others affords us, when we operationalize it like that, it affords us the opportunity to look and scan the rest of our lives and see other areas. Do we hold in our consciousness, or are we conscious of the ways in which we impact others and potentially sever ties between ourselves and others and potentially cause harm to others? So there is power to grow no matter what side you're on the mask issue. But here, let's pause. Before we finish up, let's pause and take that breath in and just picture a world where we choose to wear a mask because it signifies to each other that we realize we are connected, that we are all one, and humanity prospers when we see that mask on each other. Let's pause, take that breath in. And out. We're going to just finish up with just a word of, I don't want to say caution, but I'll say caution, but maybe a word of contemplation. And then next time we will keep building on this narrative and building on pieces to help us learn to grow rather than writhe and shame, as well as continuing to develop examples that allow us to see that which we know. So this is the word for contemplation. So as a species, we have ventured across many frontiers. You know, we have moved from this land to that land, and we have moved from this resource to that resource. We have moved from land to sea, and we have moved from land to air. And all along the way, we have created many benefits for us as human beings while causing a lot of destruction for the natural world, for our oceans, for the animals that we share this world with. And here's the word of contemplation. We are now venturing into space at a level that's increasing rapidly. With all those other frontiers that we've crossed, we have crossed them and then asked questions later. And the damage is here. And the stakes are high. Now, the word of contemplation is coming from our humanity, where we are humane, coming from that place. Have we sufficiently contemplated what we are endeavoring in when we venture into space? Or are we on the cusp of moving into space in a way in which we will, in hindsight, speak of the destruction that we have caused out there? Just a thought. This is all a narrative. Check in with yourself. See where you sit with it. How do you feel? Check with your body. When things drop inside and they feel true, then live like they're true. When they drop in and you resist it, ask yourself why you resist it. When you reflect on it, if you completely disagree, ask yourself, what do I believe? And then align your values with that which you believe. Again, believe in the possibility of making the impossible possible. Thank you. Sincerely, your fellow world citizen.